Good evening, everybody. Hope you're doing good. This is Reverend Sam, uh, co-pastor at Amazing Love Sanctuary in Arvada, Colorado, and also uh, uh, living in love and grace. We're on here. So here we are. I'm glad you guys are here. And so I'm going to put up here, just want to remind you, if you need anything, you can email me at Reverend Sam at revsjlopez at gmail.com. And I try to respond. Usually I up early in the morning and I got lots of emails from people from different places throughout the country, sometimes different countries outside of the United States. And I'm always really excited to connect with people in different places. And definitely want to be a help and a blessing to anybody that's out there. So please be a part of that. I think that, that'd be great. And then don't forget to share this. This is really important that you share Living in Love and Grace. We've got a YouTube channel. Go on to our YouTube channel. Make sure you subscribe, and then it'll keep you up to date with everything that we're doing. So, but start off with an email. That's always really good. I'm always more than willing to respond to anybody that needs me and different things like that. And so, so that's always really important. And that's where we're at. So let me start today with kind of the way we normally start here at Living in Love and Grace. And that's reading 1 Corinthians 13 from the Passion Translation. I just really am falling in love with it. Maybe not all of it. I've read some criticisms about the Passion Translation. And, I don't get too wrapped up into that. I just kind of enjoy it and take it for what it is. It's a translation. It's a work. Usually for translators, it's a work in progress. So I don't stress too much about that when it comes to biblical translation. So, anyway, so I'll read it starting at verse 4. Love is large and incredibly patient. Love is gentle and consistently kind to all. It refuses to be jealous when blessings come to someone else. Love does not brag about one's achievements nor inflate its own importance. Love does not traffic in shame and disrespect, nor selfishly seek its own honor. Love is not easily irritated or quick to take offense. Love joyfully celebrates honesty and finds no delight in what is wrong. Love is a safe place of shelter, for it never stops believing the best for others. It's a good one. You ever given up on somebody? Love never takes failure as defeat, for it never gives up. Love never stops loving. Until then, there are three things that remain: faith, hope, and love, yet love surpasses them all. So above all else, let love be the beautiful prize for which you run. What's your prize? What are you trying to accomplish in your life? What are you trying to get a hold of in your life? Hopefully it's love. There's a lot of other things out there, but you'll find them pretty just not satisfying too well in your life. So I wanted to start off with a prayer, and I always love doing that because I think it's a beautiful thing to do, and I just think it's a good place to start for you and I when we think about how we start these talks. So let's get ourselves quiet, kind of like when Jill has us just kind of rest. Bob talks to us about resting. Quiet your heart, your soul. Got over a busy day yesterday, lots of cooking, lots of food. So just take a rest, take a breath. It's over. Your refrigerator's stuffed with probably leftovers like ours. But just rest in that. Rest in the moment here. Come, Holy Spirit. We pray that your fruit would be in us: love, joy, peace, patience, kindness, goodness, faithfulness, gentleness, and self-control. Help us to spread the beauty, the fragrance of your love everywhere that we go. Amen. That's a good prayer. I like that. So yesterday was Thanksgiving, and all through Facebook and on social media, I posted a bunch of stuff. I'm glad some of you enjoyed my little banter about Brussels sprouts, and thankfully I can report that not nary a Brussels sprout touched my plate. So I was really happy. My daughter probably wasn't, because she went through a lot of effort and expense actually to make these Brussels sprouts. It's just not me. It's just not. There's a million ways people have said to do it, and I've tried them a number of different ways, and it's just not my favorite vegetable. That broccoli. So I'll eat of just about anything else. And those of you that know me know I'm not. I'll eat off of any suspect taco cart in Denver, but man, Brussels sprouts and broccoli are just not in my just not in my menu. Anyway, so everybody talked about what are you grateful for. I like Bob says that every day him and his wife kind of pull themselves aside and talk about 3 things that they're thankful for every day or grateful for. I like that. I think that's really a cool thing to do. And I think we probably could do more of that in trying to connect with what we're thankful for. There's a million things out there that, every day. I read somebody said, when you wake up in the morning and your eyes open and you step out of your bed and you can walk and, be thankful for that. When you see your family, be thankful for that. I think most of us yesterday were thankful for, all of our family, even the ones that weren't there in many, many ways. We missed out on those big family dinners, and hopefully, next year this will all be different and we'll be back to normal, and we'll have those big family dinners and with everybody gathered around our house. I know our house has been kind of that connecting spot for most of our life and in our ministry, and we've always had a bunch of people over to our house. So hopefully next year we'll all be back into that and get past all the fear and reservations that we have. And of course, I know we're all trying to be careful and protect the families that we have and make sure that everybody is safe. So here's my thought about Thanksgiving. It doesn't end yesterday. Kind of like good leftovers, it just keeps being eaten and it keeps being enjoyed until hopefully this will never end. We develop a habit of learning how to be grateful and how to be thankful, not just because it's a holiday, not just because it's Thanksgiving, but because that is in the very nature of who we are as people of faith. We're people who are thankful and grateful for daily blessings, thankful and grateful for all those that gather around us, all those that we're called to serve and to minister to. That's where my heart's at. That's what I'm really encouraging all of us to do, to step into this new way of living, learning how to be thankful. If we can do anything with this pandemic and what we've learned from it and what we're learning from it, not just the reservations and the fear and the stress, and whether we wear a mask or and we're caring about other people, but we take from this the ability to love. We take from this the ability to be thankful for each and every person in our lives. That's my challenge. That's a challenge that each one of us should face day in and day out. How do we get there? And part of it is what other people have learned on a daily basis, to learn how to be thankful every day. It takes a lot of work. That light is a little bit weird for me, but it takes a lot of work. It takes a lot of work to get up and remember, be disciplined, to rest in that attitude of gratitude and thankfulness each and every day. When we get up and look around us and are thankful for what we've been blessed with. And there's so many people out there right now that are not living in that place. They're not living in they're struggling to find food and rent, and they're running out of money. It's a difficult time right now out there, but each one of us needs to learn to rise, to be grateful for even the simplest things in our lives that we can be grateful for. So I'm grateful for each one of you. I'm grateful for each one of you that joins in on these broadcasts that we all put out on Positive Being Here and Now, on our own Facebook pages, on the ones that are out there that we're all connected to and see ourselves, and we all support and be a part of that. That's the beauty of all of this, is that we can share in this and encourage one another and rest in the gratefulness, the thankfulness that we can have each and every single day. So this morning, and one of the things that I love to do is read a morning devotional. And the writer of this devotional talked about being part of connecting with our true self. And sometimes when we're connecting with our true self, we think we find ourselves standing alone. We find ourselves looking deep into our heart. But what I've discovered in this, we find a whole new community of people that are also in the same place. There's this determination to express truth, the truth of who we are. And this is where I'm at here. This is really important. Not the truth, not of who we think we should be, not of what we want other people to think, what other people want us to be, but it's trusting in the divine enough to be yourself with all of your mistakes, believing in God enough to know that His life and His heart beats within us. So to be thankful for our true self is to learn how to trust in God's grace. We always hold up the heroes, those that have stepped beyond the expectations that were set before them. We look at war heroes and heroes of history, and we think about those that have, who have fought in battles, and we love them and we respect them for all the work and the effort that they have gone through and the sacrifices they've made. And I am really moved by that when I see people that, honor those that have made that sacrifice, that have served in the military. But what if we took that same passion to serve the country, to serve our country, that same passion to soldier on, that same heroic passion, but to demonstrate an act of love? See, we're gonna come into a time here shortly where there's a lot of people that have just decided they're just they're waiting for a battle to happen. They're waiting to fight. They're waiting for a civil war. What if we declared on this civil war and we brought into this, and I'm not believing that it's going to happen, but with this attitude, and we go into this, heroes of love. Heroes of love. People whose only passion, whose only desire, whose only commitment is to demonstrate love to those around us. We keep looking, trying to figure out ways to change the world, ways to bring healing to the world around us. And we all know, and we all talk about this, that it's about love. It's about love and demonstrating love to the world around us and sharing love to the world around us. Let's be heroes of love. I was watching on a television program yesterday, this guy, someplace in Las Vegas, it's crazy, where you could go out and shoot these huge guns, military guns, and they were blowing up taxis and blowing up school buses, and it was a fun thing. It was things that people do when they go out into the desert and they get to fire these incredible weapons. And I'm not a big gun guy, but I've had guns in the past. It's just not a passion of mine. But what if that was our passion? To demonstrate love. What if we felt that same passion and that same calling to communicate words of love and commitment, the words of love and healing, words of love and joy around us? David was talking in his talk this morning about, or this afternoon, that he kind of shared in and called me into, about feeling the hurts of people around us and around him. Well, that's what happens in our heart, in my heart as a pastor. Jesus was a man of sorrows, and he felt the pain and the struggle that people would go through, and he reached out to them in those struggles. Do you feel the sorrow from people around you? Do you feel the hurt from people around you? I was listening to a nurse this morning on the morning news, and she was talking about the amount of deaths that she's had to witness, and how people, even at the very end of their life, going into the hospital, not believing that they could be dying, even to the very end, saying, "I can't believe this. I can't be dying." And that's the cry of their heart, is because they just don't, that's not what they believe. And then they die. One nurse said she's seen more death than she's ever seen in 10 years as a registered nurse in ICU. Man, if there's ever a time where we needed heroes of love, this is it. So yesterday I was watching all week long, watching on the news, people lined up in churches giving food, organizations giving food, people giving food to the needy, people lined up hours and hours waiting for food, running out of gas while they were waiting for food just for some turkey, just for a turkey dinner for their family. And then they get up today on Friday, and what is it? It's Good Friday. My email box is filled with Good Friday ads. We started getting the catalogs in our mail. That doesn't inspire me anymore. We've been called to be soldiers of love, giving in love, responding in love, reaching out in love. That to me is really what this is all about, is learning how to share divine love. Love that is unconditional, love that is full and free, without judgment, without criticism. I was thinking today how many people really are here at Amazing Love Sanctuary, our church in Arvada. We haven't really had a church service since March, sometime in March, because we love people. We love people so much that we're willing to close the door to a public meeting because we don't want people to get sick. And it's painful. It's hard when you're a church planter and you're starting a church and raising up a church. It's hard when it just all comes to this is even totally out of our control. But we're going to find a way to communicate and be soldiers of love in a world filled with hate, confusion, discouragement. We're going to be soldiers of love. So all around us is pain. People's lives is painful. Some people have found great joy in their life. Even in the midst of this. And some people are struggling. Some people found ways to recognize those pains. There were people with empty chairs and empty plates in their homes during Thanksgiving to remind them of those that are not with them. I wonder how many of us, I was thinking about that. The people that we haven't lost anybody in our home to COVID or anything or the pandemic, but we definitely have lost relatives that are not with us. And I was sitting there yesterday thinking about the presence that they had in my life growing up, my grandparents, my mother, my father, my good and bad. They were there in our life. My pastor. Those that had an influence in our lives and connected us closer to God. I'm not sure where you're at today, but maybe you're one of those that needs more love. Needs more love. I like reading this one. It says, love is large and incredibly patient. Love never gives up. Love never takes failure as defeat. Love never stops loving. last week, or the last time I was on, I shared about what if God stopped loving us? Well, that's impossible. God is love. This Paul the Apostle wrote to the church in Corinth, love never gives up. Love never stops loving. How many of you have friends like that? You've known for years, but you haven't talked to them in years. I've got some. We connected through different means, social media. And what I love about that is that we reconnected, and it was like the love was still there. The passion for one another was still there. The desire for the best of one another was still there. It just blesses my heart when I see those old friends that some of them were there when I was really young in my ministry, and we still love each other. I hope you're going to have a great week and a great holiday. We're shut down here again in Colorado because of this virus. And so we want to make the best of this time with each other. Whatever we can do to help you and encourage you, we definitely want to do that with you and for you. So I want to close with my regular forever love commitment. And really want you to just absorb this and rest in it. I want you to know that I am committed to you. You will never knowingly suffer at my hands. I will never say or do anything knowingly to hurt you. I will always, in every circumstance, seek to help you and support you. If you're down and I can lift you up, I'll do that. Anything that I have that you need, I'll share it with you. And if need be, I will give it to you. No matter what I find out about you and no matter what happens in the future, good or bad, my commitment to you will never change. And there's nothing you can do about it. You don't have to respond. I love you. That's what that means. I hope you have a great evening on this day after Thanksgiving. I'm thankful for you. I'm thankful for your place in my life and in my journey. I'm thankful that we can walk this walk together. And on behalf of all of us here at Amazing Love Sanctuary, which right now is just a very, very small handful of people that are just clinging to our calling and our mission, I want to say we love you. I want to say we love you, and we will stand with you and encourage you. To our brothers and sisters out there, Bob Hildreth, Jill Tarnoff, David and Sarah Hardman, Sister Kelly Davis, who I've just started kind of following, really love her gentle spirit and work. All those that are out there that have touched my life, ministers that I've connected with in this work, I'm just blessed by your presence every single day. And some of you are those social justice warriors that, that I wished God called me to be, but I'll stand by your side and I'll be there when you need. But I love your passion and your vision and your charge. You are these soldiers of justice, the soldiers of divine justice and love. And I respect that. So I'm thankful for you. If I tried to start going down the list of all the people that I'm thankful for, I know I would skip somebody. you've made an influence and an impact in my life and in my ministry. And I love the fact that we can walk this journey together. So if you need me, if you need anything, make sure you let us know. There's my email address, Reverend Sam, or you can just email me at revsjlopez@gmail.com, and I'll respond as quickly as I possibly can. And and then I just wanted to putting this on here. If you can support my little work, my effort here on living in love and grace, I would definitely appreciate that. If you can't help with this financially, share it. Get the word out there. Get the message out there. It'll be out there. I'll try to get on this as often as I possibly can. So I hope you have a great evening. I hope you have a wonderful holiday season, wherever that holiday season leads you and calls you to be. I hope you have a wonderful holiday season. So Merry Christmas, New Year's. What is it? We just finished Thanksgiving, and then we get to Christmas, and then New Year's, or Christmas, New Year, Valentine's Day. They just kind of keep rolling on us. So, but anyway, I hope you have a great weekend. We'll try to see you on Sunday morning here at Amazing Love Sanctuary. And so we might encourage you to say a little prayer for Pastor Jessie. She's not feeling good today, and she was actually just kind of overwhelmed with not feeling well. So stand with them and encourage them and pray for us here at Amazing Love Sanctuary. This is Reverend Sam from Living in Love and Grace. And so thank you for being here. God bless. Have a great evening.